Hey everyone, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77RC. When we return, I have the DWI. This is the D9 LED drone right after this. Hey, welcome back everyone to the channel. Donnie here, and today I have the DWI. This is the D9. It's a 4-channel LED drone, which doesn't have a camera on this one, so it's just going to be basically a little indoor flyer. You will be able to fly it outdoors, which I'll show you here in a minute. So guys, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. That way you can see what's coming up next on the channel. Alright, since this is pretty much unboxed, it's just the case that comes inside this box here, which is nice, little hardened case. I like that because it's going to be shock proof, so in case you drop it, the drone should be safe in there. I've been trying to get out of these little tiny toy drones on the channel, and I've been trying to stick with more of the GPS drones and brushless drones, but this one caught my eye because I really like little small whoop style drones for when I'm traveling, or just indoors whenever it's raining. It gives me something to just kind of mess around with and keep up practice on flying, since the weather, we're heading into winter right now, and I've been having a lot of high winds here where I live in California. So but let's go ahead and open this up real quick and I'll show you what's inside. What caught my eye, like I was saying, is the LED lights. This whole band right here lights up, guys, which is really cool. I like that idea. Plus too, it's pretty shock absorbent, so if you're someone that's new to flying and you end up hitting the wall, things like that, you're not gonna end up messing up these propellers. This will guard you pretty good. Even though they do send a set of 4 extra props, I don't think you're ever gonna have to replace them unless for some reason they fly off of here, guys, but they seem like they're pretty well on there. They give you a little tool. I'll show you that in a minute, but I like this because it does not come with a camera. I don't like these little drones with cameras because usually the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi FPV usually interferes when running the camera from the controller to the drone. It ends up interfering with the signal and could cause you to have a flyaway with your drone. So I'm really happy that this is non-camera, guys. So it's just going to be a fun little flyer. You got the on and off switch here, so just click it over and you can see the nice little blue lights on there, which I'll show you a flight. I'm going to go ahead and do a flight outdoors. I did a flight last night to show you what it looks like when it's nighttime, so you can see these LED lights, which are really neat, and you can really see it well. But we'll get to that in a minute. The reason why I like this one too is a lot of these drones anymore, they end up just going and having the battery soldered inside, and you can never switch it out. So I always call them like a throwaway drone. Once the battery went bad, you had to chuck it unless you got inside, found the right size battery, and soldered a new one in there. But this one is pretty cool. It actually removes, so you just set it on there and then just slide it forward and it's ready to go. So I like that. And another thing I like is DWI went and included 2 batteries, guys. This one here, I'm not too sure if I could see it on here. I can't see the size, but I'm sure it's in the descriptions. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can see on that link. It's going to be affiliate link, guys. So if you purchase off there, it helps me out on the channel to purchase other things. So, but anyways, it'll have all that information on there for you guys. And then when I do the flight, I'll give you a flight time on this. I think it's only like maybe 7 to 8 minutes, but we'll have to test that out. Let me go ahead and put this battery back on here and set it off to the side here. So, all right, so there's the drone. And it's got a little foam padding in here to kind of protect the drone here. I put it upside down, and the thing you want to be careful is, as you can see the controller knobs right here, you can actually pop these off. These come off really easy, and you can put them in here in a package so it don't hit the drone. But if you do leave them on, you just want them, I put the drone upside down in here, and then I turn the drone to an angle so that way when it does close, it doesn't hit the drone inside. That way you're not putting pressure on the drone with the toggle switches. So you got your controller here, which is pretty much a basic controller, a little bit bigger than some of these drones come with. You know, some of these little Whoop drones, toy drones, they end up coming with the even smaller controller than this. This is just kind of in between a regular size and a small one, so you know, it fits in your hand pretty decent. If you're a pincher, this is going to work for you. You'll be able to click the buttons and be able to fly it with no problem. You got your on and off button here. It does take, well, I already put the little Phillips screw in here. It does come with a screwdriver, but it takes 3 AAA batteries in here. They don't supply them, so you will have to buy those. With this one here, you got your trim buttons here for forward, back, left, and right. You have your return to home button here. If you hold this down and the drone is actually facing away from you, so you want the back end towards you, and I'll show you in the flight. When you press that return to home button, you hold that down, it will come back to you, but it won't stop until you either move the toggle here or you hold down that button again to stop that return to home. I don't recommend it because you know, sometimes people forget to shut off the button and they end up getting it ends up flying away, guys. So you do have headless mode on here, so if you just press it once, that'll put it in headless mode, so that way you know, you can pretty much have the drone facing any way, and every time you go to fly, forward to be forward, back, left, and right will all stay the same no matter which way the drone's facing. Even if it's facing to the left, you'll still be able to go forward, and the drone will go forward even though it's facing sideways. So that's what headless mode's for, and we'll test that out outside. You have your one key stop, so if you just hold down on this, it will cut the motors out and the drone will fall wherever it's at. Also here, if you just press this once, that will start the gyro calibration. So it'll put this into calibration mode to reset the gyros. So you want to put it on a level surface, press that button there, and it will go and calibrate the drone. Also, you can take the toggles, have the drone on a level surface when it's on and you're bound. When you go to bind this too, you'll want to go and turn on the drone and the controller and go up, down. That will bind the controller with the drone. So then when you go to calibrate, if you don't want to use this button, you can actually take the 2 toggle switches and put them on the inside like that. It'll beep, and then the drone will flash and it'll calibrate it. I'll show that outside as well. They have these little trick modes. I guess you call them trick modes or dance mode. I don't know what they call them, but this button here on the top, if you press it once, it'll make the drone yaw in one place and just circle. And then if you press it again, it'll stop that. If you hold down on the button for a few seconds, it'll actually make the drone, I call it like yawing like a tornado. It'll just start making bigger turns and going up. So you want to make sure you stop that before the drone goes up too high, or you could possibly have this thing fly away from you. So that's what that's for. You got your 1 key takeoff, 1 key land, and you can actually arm the drone and take off by just holding the toggle switch on the left up, and it'll start the motors, and then you can lift the drone up. You have 3 rates of speed, which is this button here, so you can have low, medium, and high. This button here is actually for 360 flips, so you'll press that button, the controller will start beeping, then you just push the right hand toggle which way you want to flip, either forward, left, right, or you can make it flip backwards. All that stuff I'll do in the flight. It does come with a little manual in here, so you do have a manual to tell you which each buttons are for, so that way you know what to do on this and how to set it up as well. But it has a list of everything here, guys, so that way you'll be ready to go. Once you look this over, you'll know what everything's for. But as you can see, they went and labeled this pretty good on here, guys, so they marked all the buttons with little diagrams on it, so you shouldn't have to have the manual. But that's basically it on the manual. You know, just tells you some you know, functions and what not to do and what conditions to fly and what not. I wouldn't fly in high winds with this one. You could probably get away with 1 or 2 mile-an-hour winds, but it'll be fighting it because these are really small motors on here, so they're not very powerful, you guys. So like I said, this is basically an indoor flyer, but you can get away with flying it outdoors like I did on the night flight. But we're going to take it out for a day flight here in a minute, as soon as the wind calms down. But here's your accessories. Extra battery here. All right, you got the battery charger. It doesn't come with a USB wall socket, so whatever country you're in, you'll have to purchase that. Or if you have a computer or laptop, you can just plug this USB right inside the computer to supply power for this. And this just goes on just like you do with the, just like the drone. Put it on there and then slide it forward till it locks in. You can see it turn red because it's ready to charge. The light will be out when you're charging. As soon as it turns red when you're charging it, that means it's fully charged, you guys. It'd take about 30 or 40 minutes to charge this battery, so, but only one charger, so you have to charge the battery one at a time. You got your 4 propellers. You got your propeller tool, guys, which is really easy to use. You just go and you just put it in between here and the propeller, so you can pry that propeller up, okay? That way you can change them. And the propellers are marked for B and A, so that way you know which propellers go where. So I suggest just taking one off at a time if you're going to replace them all. That way you know where they go, but they do have it labeled right here on the arm. If you guys could see that, it says A right there, and then this one says B right there. And like I said, the propellers are marked. So, but that's it. Got your little tiny mini Phillips screwdriver here. It's pretty small, you guys, so be careful with that. I'm sure it's not strong metal. It'll probably go in, it'll end up going and stripping out, I'm sure, but the only thing you need it for is just the back of this here. So all right, let's go ahead and take this guy out for a flight and let's see how it does, and then I'll throw in a video clip of the night flight. That way you can see how bright this LED light is around the rim of this. So all right, stay tuned for that. All right, guys, I'm out here with the DWI. This is a Dowellin D9 little mini drone LED light. Gonna go ahead and fire this thing up. I waited till evening time so you can see the LED lights a little bit better here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the drone out here. I'm gonna turn it on. A little side switch here. All right, there's no camera on this like I showed in the unboxing, so I'll face that forward. Turn on the controller. I'm gonna bind it up, down. All right, lights stop flashing. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in, we'll just go with first rate right now. You can actually calibrate this just using the buttons right here, or you can actually put the 2 toggles inwards and that'll calibrate the gyros. But if you want to calibrate it other than that, you can actually just hold the automatic stop button here and you can see it's flashing. All right, let's go ahead and do 1 key takeoff. Nice and quiet. This is basically more of an indoor drone, so guys, if there's any kind of wind, definitely don't take it outside because it will get away from you. I'm going to trim it, go to the right a little bit here. Well, too much there, a little bit back. Here we go. All right, so far so good. So here's rate 1. Let's go ahead and yaw it pretty fast. Go to rate 2. A little bit faster, not much. Here's rate 3. So the yaw doesn't really change much, but you can see the speed does. So I'll go ahead and put it back onto 1. So here's speed 1, and it does okay. It's not bad. Pretty slow for if you're indoors and don't have that big of a space. So let's go to rate 2. So a little bit faster there. So that works pretty good. Let's go to rate 3. There's the 3 beeps. And there we go. Actually flies pretty good. I do like that the company provides 2 batteries, you guys, which is really neat. So you can change these batteries like I showed in the unboxing, which is awesome. Because a lot of these drones, I always call them like throwaway drones because the batteries are soldered inside, but not this one. So it's a good flyer. It's actually pretty smooth. We'll go ahead and test out the 360 flip by pressing this and then press the direction you want. I did forward. Let's go to the left. All right, right, and then let's do back. So that works pretty good. It's not bad at all. Reason why I wanted to go and review this, I usually don't do little toys like this anymore, but I like the LED lights. I think it's actually pretty cool, you guys. So here's headless mode. is this button here. If you press it once, that means I can actually yaw this, the lights will flash, and I can go forward while I'm turning and straight back. So no matter which way the front's facing, you're gonna still be able to go forward, you know, right, left, and back. So shut that off, then you're gonna have to make sure you have the red lights facing forward and the green lights back. So on this one here, you have a return to home, which is funny. All it does is send the drone's back end here. It will send it to you straight back. So you want the green lights facing towards you in a straight back like that. And so when you do that return to home, you'll hold this button here. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna send it back. To stop that, just press the lever up or forward. That'll stop it. Or if you go to return it to home, you can actually press the button again and hold it, and that will stop it. So, you know, with that, I don't ever use it, you know, because see, if I'm facing where the forward's that way, and I go ahead and press that return to home, guess what? It's gonna go and try to, it's not gonna come in a straight line for you. So it'll end up going to a different direction. So I usually stay away from that, you guys, because you can lose your drone. But this doesn't have a very far range, so you just want to kind of keep it pretty close like I have it here, because once it loses signal, it will take off on you guys. So it does have some little, I don't know if you want to call it like a little dance function. You just press this once, this will just rotate it. It's a little trick button here. If you press it again, that'll stop it. If you hold down on that same button, it just does a little tornado spin here. So, and it goes up. All right, so there is that. Looks like the battery must be getting a hair low. I don't think the flight time is going to be very long with this one, you guys. It does have an emergency stop button here. And if you do press it, it will drop from the sky. So let me show you that. So here's emergency stop. You press it once, and guess what? It's gonna kill the motors and drop it straight to the ground, guys. So be careful with that. You can take off from your hand. So I'm gonna just press one key takeoff. All right, not a bad little drone. I'll throw a little clip in here when it gets darker. That way you can see these lights a lot better. But it's just fun for Christmas for kids, you guys. So, you know, you want something for beginners. You got that nice big loop around it, circle loop that will protect the propellers. And in case you hit the wall or something, you know, you won't damage the propellers unless you hit it super fast, you guys. So be careful with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this and go to the night flight, and then I'll come back and let you guys know what the flight time is and my conclusion. So the lights are pretty neat, you know, you can see them really good. I got a little bit of the city lights here blocking stuff, so let me go in the dark here a little bit here. You can see that, do that little function there, watch it spin. So pretty neat, it's not too bad. So you can definitely see it, that's for sure. Super steady drone, you guys, real steady. There's no wind right now. Now it's evening time. It was super windy today. So now that the wind's calmed down and it's pretty much no breeze whatsoever, this thing does awesome at night. You can totally see it with no problem. But like I said, you want to keep it close because this will lose connection and it will fly away. So, all right, guys. All right, guys, so I am back. I hope you enjoyed that night flight there, clip I'm showing you. So far, I am gonna give you a flight time and I'll leave it up here. The lights are flashing now, so it is definitely getting ready to come down. I don't know if it's just gonna fall down or if it's gonna, you know, drop out of the sky. We'll see what happens here. And then, like I said, I'll leave a time up here. And there it goes. It's gonna automatically land. That's good. You know, I've had drones that just fell right down the sky. But all right, guys, tell me what you think. You know, for a little toy drone, I think it's pretty cool for kids. You know, it's, you know, kids, adults, it doesn't really matter. I really like the LED lights. That's what grabbed my attention. That's why I wanted to review it. But, you know, DWI, appreciate you guys sending this out for a review. This is the D9, guys. Like I said, I'll leave a link down in the descriptions. Definitely hit that subscribe button and notifications so you can see what's coming up next on Big Drone Flyer 77 RC. So guys, be safe out there. Happy holidays and God bless.